All right, buckle up, because today we're diving deep into something I think we're all low-key obsessed with.
Oh, yeah.
The morning routines of wildly successful people.
Hmm.
You know those folks who just seem to conquer the day before breakfast?
Right?
We're talking about the Mark Zuckerbergs,
Yeah.
the Stephen Kings,
Uh-huh.
the Jennifer Lawrences of the world.
It's fascinating how these routines have almost become legendary.
I know, right?
People are always searching for that secret formula.
Right.
That perfect combination of habits that will unlock their own potential.
Absolutely, and that's what's so cool about the text we're exploring today.
Yeah.
It pulls back the curtain on the routines of all these incredible people.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it's kind of a relief to see that there's no one-size-fits-all approach.
Exactly.
Like, you wouldn't think that, would you?
What's striking is the sheer variety.
Oh, yeah.
But even with all the differences, certain themes start to emerge.
Okay, interesting.
For example, almost everyone in this text emphasizes getting out of bed with purpose. No hitting the snooze button allowed.
Okay, that makes sense.
Like, just get up and go.
But then you've got someone like Tim Ferriss, who advocates for a freezing cold shower first thing in the morning.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I love a good challenge, but that's next level.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
I actually tried it once, and let's just say I prefer my water a bit warmer.
There's actually some fascinating science behind cold exposure.
Oh, it's
There's not just about willpower,
okay.
though that's certainly a factor.
Mm-hmm.
Studies have shown that cold showers can trigger a release of endorphins,
Oh, interesting.
those feel-good chemicals in your brain.
Yeah.
They can also boost your circulation and even have a positive impact on your immune system.
It's like a jolt to your system, both physically and mentally.
Exactly.
No.
But as we've said, there's no single right way to start the day.
Right.
Mark Zuckerberg, for example, is more of a morning run kind of guy.
Okay.
He's up at 8 a.m. for a 6-mile run, followed by a healthy breakfast.
See, that's more my speed. I'm definitely a fan of the healthy breakfast part.
And speaking of fuel, something that comes up consistently in these routines is the importance of hydration.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Good old H2O.
Right.
I've heard that even Thomas Edison, the mastermind behind the light bulb,
Yeah.
swore by his morning coffee and water combo to kickstart his creativity.
It's true.
Really?
And he's not alone.
Okay.
Apparently, Richard Branson starts his day with a tall glass of water.
Okay.
And are you ready for this?
Yeah.
A quick email check?
Hold on. Email before breakfast.
I know, right?
That sounds like a recipe for stress.
It can be.
Don't you think that just pulls you into the whirlwind of the day before you've even had a chance to breathe?
It's definitely a controversial habit.
I can imagine.
And it raises an important question about the role of technology in our mornings.
Yeah, for sure.
Is it a tool that can help us get ahead, or is it a distraction that sets us up for a reactive rather than proactive day?
Okay, so we've talked about hydration, starting with intention, and the potential pitfalls of early morning emails.
Uh-huh.
But what about actually getting the body moving?
Right.
It seems like a lot of these high achievers make exercise a non-negotiable part of their routine.
You're absolutely right.
Like, it seems like pretty much everyone does.
We see everything from Jennifer Lawrence's yoga practice to Tiger Woods' early morning gym sessions. And there's a clear reason for that.
What's that?
Exercise has been shown to decrease stress hormones, like cortisol,
Oh, interesting.
elevate mood-boosting neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine,
Wow.
and even improve cognitive function.
So it's not just about physical fitness. It's about priming your brain for peak performance.
Precisely.
Okay.
And that leads us to another fascinating aspect of many successful morning routines.
Oh,
Meditation.
yes. This is where David Allen, the creator of the Getting Things Done method, comes in.
Yeah, he's big on this.
He's a huge advocate for starting the day with meditation.
And for good reason.
Oh, yeah.
The Getting Things Done method, at its core, is about capturing all your tasks and commitments so you can free up mental space and focus on what truly matters.
Right.
And meditation enhances that
Oh, okay.
by cultivating mindfulness and intention setting.
Interesting.
It's like clearing the mental clutter before you even start building your to-do list.
So it's not just about sitting in silence. It's about setting the stage for a more focused and productive day.
Exactly.
Okay, wow.
And David Allen really emphasizes the importance of those first 30 minutes of the day.
Oh, wow.
How you spend that time,
Yeah.
the energy you cultivate, sets the tone for everything that follows.
It's like that saying, win the morning, win the day.
And speaking of setting yourself up for a win,
Yeah.
the text also dives into the world of journaling and planning,
Okay.
two practices that many successful individuals swear by.
Oh, interesting. Journaling is something I've always been curious about.
Yeah.
but never quite managed to make it a consistent habit.
I get that.
What is it about this practice that seems to resonate with so many successful people?
It's like having a conversation with yourself, but on paper.
Yeah.
Journaling allows you to process thoughts,
Mm,
identify patterns, and gain clarity on your goals and aspirations.
right.
Neil Strauss, for example,
Yeah.
suggests using journaling to break down large goals into smaller, actionable steps.
Okay.
It's about transforming those overwhelming ambitions into manageable tasks that you can actually tackle.
So it's not just about venting or reflecting. It's a tool for strategic planning and execution.
Precisely.
Interesting.
And then you have someone like Stephen King,
Hmm.
who famously writes 2,000 words every morning before doing anything else.
Wow, really?
This consistent practice isn't just about hitting a word count.
Right.
It's about tapping into that creative flow state.
Yeah?
Making writing a non-negotiable part of his day,
Hmm.
and ultimately producing an incredible body of work.
Wow, 2,000 words every morning.
Yeah.
That's some
well,
serious dedication.
It is.
It makes you wonder if that kind of output is even possible without that level of discipline and routine.
It speaks to the power of building a structure that supports your goals,
Right.
whether it's writing,
Yeah.
exercise,
Oh,
or even just taking a few moments for yourself.
okay.
Incorporating these practices into your morning sets the stage for a more intentional and productive day.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
Yeah.
Hydration, exercise, meditation, journaling.
Yeah.
But are there any other common threads that emerge from these routines?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the underlying principles that make them so effective?
One key takeaway is the focus on maximizing energy and focus.
Okay.
These routines aren't just about ticking boxes on a to-do list.
Right.
They're strategically designed to help individuals perform at their best.
Yeah.
Whether it's leading a company,
Uh-huh.
creating art,
Right.
or simply navigating the demands of daily life with more clarity and intention.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
If you start your day feeling scattered and overwhelmed, it's an uphill battle from the get-go.
Right.
But if you can cultivate a sense of calm and purpose in those early hours, you're setting yourself up for a much smoother ride.
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's where these specific habits come into play, whether it's exercise, meditation, or journaling.
Yeah.
They act as tools for cultivating that energy and focus.
So it's not just about what you do,
Right.
it's about why you do it.
Exactly.
What are you hoping to achieve with your morning routine?
Yeah.
What kind of mindset are you trying to cultivate?
Those are excellent questions to consider.
They are, aren't they?
Because ultimately,
Mhm.
a successful morning routine isn't just about checking things off a list.
Right.
It's about creating a foundation for a fulfilling and productive day on your own terms.
Okay, so let's say someone is listening to this and thinking, this all sounds great, but where do I even begin?
Yeah.
What advice would you give them for creating their own empowering morning routine?
I'd say start small.
Okay.
Trying to overhaul your entire morning overnight is a recipe for overwhelm.
Right, yeah.
Instead, choose one or two practices that resonate with you from the routines we've discussed
Okay.
and experiment with incorporating them into your existing schedule.
So maybe start with something as simple as drinking a full glass of water first thing in the morning,
That's a good one.
or spending 5 minutes journaling before checking your phone.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's about building momentum gradually,
Mm-hmm.
one small win at a time.
Right.
And remember, consistency is key.
Okay.
It's far more effective to commit to a small change consistently
Yeah.
than to attempt a complete overhaul and burn out quickly.
And I think it's important to emphasize that a morning routine isn't meant to be set in stone.
I agree.
It's something that can and should evolve as your life changes and your needs shift.
Absolutely.
Like what works for me today might not work for me in a year.
Life is dynamic,
Yeah.
and your morning routine should be flexible enough to adapt. Don't hesitate to experiment, adjust, and find what truly works best for you at each stage of your journey.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of morning routines,
Yeah.
what's the one big takeaway you want listeners to walk away with?
The most important takeaway is this.
Okay.
Creating a successful morning routine isn't about blindly copying what famous people do.
Right.
It's about understanding the principles behind those routines and using them to design a morning that sets you up for success in your own unique way.
Okay.
It's about intentionality, consistency,
Mm-hmm.
and above all,
Yeah.
honoring what your mind and body need to thrive.
I love that idea, honoring what your mind and body need to thrive.
Right.
It's a good reminder that we're all different,
Yeah,
and what works for one person might not work for another.
exactly.
There's no magic formula.
No.
It's about finding what truly resonates with you.
And that's what makes exploring these routines so fascinating.
I know, right?
It's not about copying them step by step.
Yeah.
It's about extracting the underlying principles, intentionality, consistency, self-care,
Mm-hmm.
and applying them in a way that fits your individual lifestyle and goals.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the fascinating world of morning routines,
Yeah.
it seems like there's a lot we can learn from these high achievers, even if we don't have aspirations to run a Fortune 500 company
Right.
or write the next best-selling thriller.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think that's a crucial takeaway.
Okay,
It's easy to get caught up in the specifics of those routines.
right.
The cold showers, the 6-mile runs,
Yeah,
the 2,000 words before breakfast.
yeah. All
But the real magic lies in the principles behind those actions.
It's about understanding the why behind the what.
Exactly.
Why are these people so intentional about their mornings?
Right.
What are they hoping to gain?
Mhm.
And how can we apply those same principles to our own lives, even if our days look completely different?
That's the key question.
It is, isn't it?
And the answer, I believe, lies in recognizing that a morning routine is ultimately a form of self-care.
Oh, interesting.
It's about investing in yourself, setting yourself up for success, and creating a sense of agency and control in a world that can often feel chaotic.
I love that this morning routine is self-care.
It's a good way to look at it.
It's not just about productivity, it's about well-being.
Right.
It's about taking those first few hours of the day and dedicating them to practices that nourish your mind, body, and spirit.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
And that's something that anyone can benefit from, regardless of their profession, their goals, or their lifestyle.
For sure.
It's about making a conscious choice to prioritize yourself and your well-being, even in the midst of a busy schedule.
So as we leave our listeners to ponder all of this newfound wisdom about morning routines, what's one final thought you'd like to leave them with?
Okay.
Something to really make them think.
Here's a question I'd like you to consider.
Okay.
What one small change could you make to your morning routine tomorrow, inspired by what we've discussed?
Okay.
How might that shift your entire day? It doesn't have to be drastic.
Right.
Just a small step towards creating a morning that feels more intentional, more energizing, and more aligned with your goals.
That's a great challenge.
It is.
And we'd love to hear what you try.
Yes.
Let us know your thoughts on this deep dive, what resonated with you,
Yeah,
and what experiments you're going to embark on with your own morning routine.
exactly.
Until next time, keep diving deep and keep exploring the world with us.